Welcome back to Pathway to Leadership. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're talking about how to ask for a raise. You know, the proper way to ask for a raise. And what to do if the answer is no. Ask and you shall receive. Well, that sounds great on paper, but when you ask your boss for a raise, sometimes the answer is not so simple. That's why it's really important that you're here watching this video, because we're going to talk about how to talk to your boss and possibly start getting paid more. Because even if you have all the facts and figures and everything that you need that makes you deserve a raise, doesn't mean you're going to get it. And even if you don't get the response that you were looking for, there are still things that you need to know that you can make the best out of the situation regardless. So at Pathway to Leadership, we're a strong community of leaders that get together and discuss these things every day. So you want to be part of the community? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up. Let the algorithm know that we're here. So here's how to ask for a raise and what to do even if the answer is no. Look, I get it. You got your dream job. Your manager loves you. Your colleagues love you. You're doing a great job. There's only one problem. You need more money. If you're about ready to ask for that salary increase, and of course, that's something that you dread or don't relish at all, here are some tips to ask for that pay bump. And we're going to talk about ways to make it effective and easy for both of you and your boss, to help make the decision and to propel your future forward. Well, first things first, you have to prepare yourself mentally. That's the very first step. Now, this is easier said than done. And try not to think about the old saying, money doesn't grow on trees, and I'm going to go in and ask my boss for a raise, and he's going to say no, there's no money in the budget. Don't think that way. Be confident. Look at all the accomplishments that you've had over the time that you've been with the company, and put that together mentally in the back of your mind so that you're well prepared when you walk in and have that meeting. So at this point, when you walk in to have that meeting, you're walking in with a sense that they deserve to already pay you more. You just have to come up with the reasons why. Very important side note here is that usually raise decisions don't happen right away. So be prepared and be patient, because that decision usually takes some time. There's budgets to look at. There's payroll to look at for the entire organization. There's your P&L, your profit and loss. Take into consideration that most times you just don't go into a meeting asking for a raise and the answer is right there, ready to go for you. And although I don't know what your financial situation is, but these type of negotiations take patience and take time. So if you're in it for the long haul, give management time to digest what you're asking for. Finally, on this part, don't ever walk into a meeting where you're going to ask for a raise already feeling defeated. Okay? Walk in with confidence that you have a lot to bring to the organization and you should be compensated fairly. So the last thing you want to do is come out of a meeting with absolutely nothing. And here's where it's really important. Even if the answer is no, you have an avenue that I'm going to share with you shortly. So when you get into that meeting, make sure you're always leaving room for discussion. It's not an open shut door situation. And that's the trick that I'm teaching you right now. Leave that door open for discussion. Many times your boss might be too busy to recognize how much you've grown over the years or the time that you've started compared to now. They don't realize how much more you're contributing, how much value you have to the organization. This is your time to shine. Make sure your ducks are in a row so that you can discuss all of this with them at that meeting. Telling the authorities at hand that you'd like to move and grow as an individual, you would like to be in a position that you can contribute more. Okay? What I'm saying here is you're not actually directly asking for a raise. What you're doing is you're asking for position. And as leaders, that's what we should be striving for. Asking for position to elevate ourselves to where we can help the organization the most that we can. A lot of times we go in just asking for money. Well, maybe in your particular situation, you should be asking for higher position. So I know what you're thinking. You're saying, okay, I get into the meeting, I'm sitting down with the president of the company, and I'm going to ask for a raise. How should I do this? Here's where you take a deep breath. And remember, the president, CEO, whoever you're talking to, they're human. Be real with them. Let them know that you want to discuss your future with the company. Don't be afraid to tell them that you've been with the company for some time now. You've learned a lot of things, and you want to know what your potential is to grow and move forward, not only in position, but financially too. I need you to realize that there are 3 types of people that never get a raise. Those, number 1, never ask. They never ask for a raise. Number 2, they expect the raise to come automatically. Like magically out of thin air, just because you're there, you deserve a raise. And lastly, those that wait too long to ask for that raise. Think about it. Finances in the business world move up and down. You know, stock market, you've seen those charts. They move up and down all the time. If you wait too long, you're never going to get that raise. Those that don't ask, those that think the company should give it to them automatically. And you know, these people are the type of people that say, hey, I've been here for 10 years. They should have given me a raise. They don't care about me. No, I'm sorry, folks. You have to go out and ask for it. If you don't ask for it, you're never going to have a chance of getting it. So get that into your thick skull right now. That doesn't work. You're never going to get a raise automatically. You have to ask for it. So hopefully you go into the meeting and the answer is yes. You get that raise. Wonderful. Go celebrate. But if the answer is no, what do? Well, I'm telling you, it's not over. The conversation is not dead at that time. Don't walk out of that meeting with your tail between your legs. There's a couple of things you need to do to ensure that you're going to get that raise in the future. First is be very grateful that you had the opportunity to have the meeting. And the next thing out of your mouth would be, I would like to learn why I didn't get the raise. Now, hopefully, if you're working for a good organization, your manager or supervisor will tell you exactly why you're not getting the raise at this time. Now, here's the secret. If the answer is no, ask directly, what do I need to do in order to get that raise in the future? This shows that you're willing to improve and you're willing to get to that level that your boss is saying you need to be at in order to get that raise. Now, of course, like I said, when it comes to the P&L, budgeting, and the profit margin, maybe right now is not the opportune time. Maybe, your boss might be saying, hey, raises are not in the future right now. We are looking at it at 6 months, a year down the road. So let's revisit it then. So in this case, don't take it personally. Many times when you ask for a raise, it has nothing to do with you or your performance. It just has to do with money. The company, again, runs on up and down constantly. So don't take it personally. But when you go in and ask for a raise, not only are you there to ask for more money for yourself, but you're actually showing leadership that you're willing to grow and improve and that you have value in the corporation. There's nothing wrong, no matter what the company's going through. There's nothing wrong with you going in and asking for more compensation. So let's recap a few things. You're going to go in, you're going to ask for the raise. If you get the raise, let's go celebrate. Hooray, you deserve every dime that you've gotten. If the answer is no, it's a learning opportunity. Take the time, ask the questions, and ask your supervisors or your bosses, what exactly do I need to do in order to achieve that raise, that increase in income? And one final thing about that, always ask for a follow-up meeting. I would suggest 3 to 6 months. If the answer is no, and you have a clear direction of what you need to achieve in order to get that raise, then ask that we set a meeting 3 to 6 months from now so we can reevaluate, and maybe I'll deserve the raise at that time. So don't despair. If the answer is no, you always have an avenue. Again, I am so happy that you're here and you made it all the way to the end of this video. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up so the algorithm knows that we're here. I'm John with Pathway to Leadership. I'll see you next time.